So first we're giving the equation r equals 2 plus 4 cosine. We're going to be using inputs to get our outputs for this function, and since the format of polar graphs is r comma theta, that's what we're looking for. We're going to be inputting theta to find the r. You can do it in reverse while you import r to get theta. Theta is the angle, and if you come up with some, you'll come up with some weird. So for ease, we're just going to input theta and get out our r, or radius, distance from the center of the circle on a polar graph. First there's the cosine. First, let's start with some of the basic ones, such as 0 pi. So at the angle of 0 pi or 2 pi, because 0 pi equals 2 pi, 0 pi. And when you plug in 0 pi for cosine, this equals 1. So it's going to be 4 times 1 plus 2, and that equals 6, which is the maximum value you can have, because no sine ratio is going to equal anything greater than 1. Next, we can plug in other numbers, such as, let's do 2 pi, or not 2 pi, let's do pi over 2. Another very simple one. So if we look at pi over 2, that's going to be at 0. So at 0, 4 times 0, 0, plus 2 is just 2. So we know at 0, it's going to be 2. The possibility of the lowest point on the graph, which is going to be a -1 at pi, plug in pi, we'll get out -1 as the cosine. 4 times -1, -4, plus 2, and that equals -2. So I have a few of these plotted already. Start at 2 comma pi, which would be at pi, it would usually be in this direction, because this is the direction of pi, but since it's -2, it's going to be 1, 2 this direction. There's going to be a dot there, or a point there. And then at 2, or pi over 2 is right here. It's going to be +2, so 1, 2. And at pi, which is here, or no, sorry, 0 pi or 2 pi, which is here, we have 6, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. And then at pi over 3, which is here, it's going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is +4, because otherwise it'd be in this direction of the same line. It's going to be 3 pi over 2 is going to be down here, or 270 degrees. And it's going to be 1, 2 as well along that line. Even though on a square graph it would be just -2 on the y-axis, it's actually +2 in the direction of 3 pi over 2. So then we have 2 pi over 3, which is right in this angle. So that's going to be right there at 0. But then we have 4 pi over 3, which is also going to be at 0, which is going to be this direction. The thing, though, is we can kind of get a hint that it's going to be kind of going that direction just as it leaves 0. And then at 5 pi over 3, it's going to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So then from this, we can get a basic shape of it. And if you want to add in more points, it'll cover every single point will be along this graph, and ultimately will make this line, which is pretty much what functions are, is we're recognizing those patterns that these lines make. But if you look at it, it's going to go something like this, and it's going to look something like that. There's your graph. 2 plus 4 cosine of theta equals r.